Hello and welcome to Farm Matters. In this tutorial we will be looking at the cattle on farm grid overlays. If I begin by choosing the cattle tab at the top of the screen and then on farm and events, this will take me to my current grid of animals. If we choose the grid overlays icon, which is here, this will bring up the grid overlays box. You will see here where it says mode, there is a drop down menu. You have three options. Cell is where the cell will be highlighted if it meets the criteria you are asking, although you must have the column turned on in grid settings. Row will highlight the entire row but only for one of the chosen criteria, and disabled will disable it. So for example, if we choose the cell, we can then look at choosing approaching 30 months. If we click on it, we can see we're going to highlight cattle 6 months before they are 30 months old. So if we click the box here, you can see that these have now been highlighted within the grid. If I choose to change the mode from cell to row, you can see that the entire row has now been highlighted rather than just the cell. If we then choose cell again, we can then add another criteria to it. So for example, we can do under medicine withdrawal, and you can see that these have now been also added to the grid. Each overlay does have its own settings, and these can be adjusted by simply clicking on the tile to the left. So for example, you can change the colour of a particular overlay. If we click on the tile, we can choose the drop down menu and then we can change the colour. In this example, I'll change it to blue. We can then click OK, and as you can see, the colour has now changed. You are also able to change the criteria of an overlay. So if we look at cows not calved recently, you can click on it and then you can change the number for the criteria. The bottom three options are slightly different. If you wish to edit the settings for management group and pen, you would click on the tile and then you'd right click on the group and choose view edit group. This is where you can change the colour and the name, change the colour, and we can change that to whatever is best. We can then click save, and this would then save. For management tag colour, we would right click on an animal within the grid and then choose view edit animal. As you can see in the M tag row, you can click on the colour and then you can choose that to change that as you would like, and then click save. And then if we click on, you can see that the M tag colour has now changed. You can also use the quick filter function, which is really simple to use. All you need to do is click on the particular criteria and this will bring that list into a grid on their own. So for example, if I wanted to do under medicine withdrawal, you can see that these have been brought in. Or if I want everything that's on farm or approaching 30 months, whichever one you feel you need to use. Hopefully some of the things you've watched will help you maximise your use of the programme. Thank you for taking the time to watch this tutorial.